Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is you celebrate around the world. I hope you're all having a fantastic festive period. So we're going to do a quick little video today because we have had some rumours drop for Warhammer Age of Sigmar's next General's Handbook on the Pitch Battles Season 2022-23 Season 2. So with that said, we're going to talk a little bit about them, talk about what maybe is coming. It's a really interesting time to see for Age of Sigmar. So like I said, these are nothing but rumours. These are just things that we've seen on the web that some people have posted in our Discord, and we're going to have a little chat about them. So with that all said, let's get cracking on and let's check out what potentially is coming, if at all. And so, these are the rumours we've gotten. So, first of all, there is a new command, no surprise at all that that's what we're going to see. That will allow you to, at the start of combat, give a unit +1 attack. Now, there was mention of this in the article that Games Workshop put out the other day, which is pretty cool. This will allow a unit to get +1 attack. They can't be a hero or monster, and they cannot charge, or they cannot have charged that turn. Also, the unit can't pile in when it receives this. So this is, you know, +1 attack with all these restrictions is not too shabby. Like, I think the +1 attack you can definitely do really nicely. I mean, I'd love to use this on some units. I think there's definitely a good lot of play within this one, if it is correct. Now, apparently there's a spell that can do D6 mortal wounds on a 4+ to units that are on objectives. It's unclear whether it's saying to pick an objective, but I believe that's sort of what it's hinting at, is pick an objective, you roll dice for each unit on the objective. On a 4+, they take the D6 mortal wounds. And there's an artifact that lets you set up a Galatian champion in reserve, remembering Galatian champions are heroes with less than 10 wounds that are not mounted and are not unique. Now, traits-wise, apparently we've got a bunch of new traits. Unsure whether these are going to replace the ones we currently have. I think this would be really interesting if they are replacing the current ones, same with the artifacts. So, traits: use a command 3 times, once per game. You can make a Galatian champion count as 10 models on an objective, so long as there's no other Galatian champion on the objective. A once per game battle teleport. Once per battle teleport is the correct way to say that. A resurrection stone: when you lose your final wound, you roll a dice on a 3+, ignore all following wounds, and regain D3. Sort of seen similar things with that in some other rules across the game. Now, apparently there are 6 new battle plans, and there will be 6 from the previous season as well. Returning battle plans are Nidus Pass, Battle Line Drawn, Prize of Glay, Realmstone Cache in the presence of idols. I generally am a fan of most of those battle plans. I think that's a good set to have kept. Apparently there's one other, but the rumour is unsure what the other one is. But Nidus Pass isn't a bad scenario. It's just that I never ever use the Nidus Pass themselves. But other than that, it is a good scenario. Battle Lines Drawn, Prize of Glay, Realmstone Cache is fun. You know, yeah, maybe a slug in the center, but I do like the sort of jump around. I think it's a fun scenario. And for what it's worth, I really like In the Presence of Idols. I always have thought it's a nice little thing. And apparently there's a 5+ ward for Galatian champions where they're unsure if it's a trait or artifact. And then battalions. This is where I'm not particularly a fan of. So up to 3 units can be in a battalion that allows them to ignore the Galatian champion within 1 inch rule. This for me is bad. Like, this is exactly what bounty hunters were, a direct counter to the rule they've just put into implementation for the game. Not a fan of this at all. Galatian champions is apparently now a 2 to 4 unit battalion, and then the fight in 2 ranks rule is carried over. And so there's a few good things in this. Like, I like the battle plans that they've chosen to keep. I think the traits are really interesting. The use command 3 times is really interesting. We've obviously seen things like that on Iron Jaws, which is cool. I like the idea of the command for the season, you know, better than the last one that did absolutely nothing. And then for me, I think where this is let down once again is those battalions. Like, if it's just going to ignore the rule that we're adding to the game, I'm not a fan of it. I really dislike that. Really, like, it's shown with bounty hunters that it's not a good thing. It directly, you know, hurts the units we're trying to bring to the game. So if that battalion is a thing, then we're not going to see Galatian champions, which is disappointing. I don't like this, you know, putting a direct counter If you're wanting to make a season about a particular thing, make it about that particular thing. Make that thing good. Make that thing the best thing in the game. Like we did with monsters, you know. We got a point for killing monsters, but there was nothing more. There was nothing extra to go kill monsters. You know, we got no bonuses. I think that was the right way to go about it. Like, if they wanted to do this Galatian Champions, you know, you could go with, well, if a Galatian Champion is killed, you gain a command point, or your opponent loses a command point, or something, you know, a in-game benefit rather than making a direct counter to it, so then they don't see play. So, what's your thoughts on that? I'm not particularly a fan of it. But anyway, that is the rumours. There's some points rumours and all that, but for me, that's not really important. I think it's mostly checking what we are going to be playing, what we're going to see. I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also drop a comment down below letting us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here, we have a Discord server for Sinful Gaming, which you'll find linked down in the video's description. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either by supporting us on Patreon or YouTube members, both of which are linked down in the video's description, or grab some merch from our Teespring or Ko-fi stores for yourself as well. All these are the best ways to help support the channel. As a special thank you to everyone who does help support the channel in such a way, we'd like to give a shout out to all our Patreons and YouTube members. So, thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lyle, Out on Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Bloobs, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Kevin Bowman, Iron Grinch. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South, David Crozier, and Dylan Areno. And lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and a special thanks to all the mods that help with our Discord server, and all the people that come on the regular to help with everything on the YouTube channel. Thank you all once again for watching. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.